Hello and welcome to another Warhammer 40k Imperial Guard Tactics video with me, Oddworld Inhabitant, as your host. So today is going to be a quick video. It's going to be more of an honourable mention than an actual tactics video. And it's sort of an extension to a video I did before on advisors. Now the video I did on advisors covered priests, commissars and primary psychers, but there was one that I actually missed off, which was the Enginseer. Now, I've always traditionally overlooked Enginseers because I haven't thought they've really got a place in my army as a pure infantry commander. Because the Enginseers are, well, traditionally they're focused on vehicle heaviness. If you bring lots of tanks, I do recommend you bring an Enginseer. They're very useful. But what is a Techpriest Enginseer? Well, he's essentially a bit of a souped-up guardsman. So he's 40 points basic. You may take 0 to 3 engineers, and for each one you may include 1 unit of servitors. We're not really going to talk about servitors here, but we'll talk about the Enginseer. So 40 points, what does that get you? Well, you get weapon skill 3, bliss skill 3, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 1, initiative 3, attacks 1, leadership 8, but a 3+ save. So you've got a power armored guardsman here. Now, what does he come with? He comes with power armor, a las pistol, a power axe, a servo arm, frag grenades, crack grenades, and he may take melter bombs for 5 points. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, never bother with the metal bombs. Okay, never ever bother with the metal bombs. Now, his special rules are Awaken the Machine, Blessings of the Omnisire, and Independent Character. Now, for 40 points, that seems like a bit of a steal. And I actually this video is sort of to put out there that these guys actually do have a place in the pure infantry army. I'll tell you why now. A power axe is 15 points for a piece of equipment, okay? And a servo arm is, the rules have changed now, but essentially it is a power fist, which is 25 points. Do you see where I'm going there? So you're paying 40 points and you're getting a power axe and a power fist, and then all this other stuff is free on top. Power armor, las pistol, don't really care about that. Crack grenades, awaken the machine spirit, and all these other rules. So it's actually you're paying for a floating power axe and a floating power fist. That's not bad, because what you remember is whilst it only is 1 attack base, and if you use the power fist, you're only going to have 1 attack, you want power fist attack. But las pistol and power axe, that means 2 attacks base. That means 3 attacks on the charge. That's better than a Space Marine. That's as good as a Space Marine Sergeant. So what you've got here is essentially access to a Space Marine Sergeant. Now, yeah, you are paying about 10 points more, but what you're getting for that 10 points more is independent character, which means he's got a 2+ lookout sir. Blessings of the Omnisire, which that allows you to repair your vehicles, which is so-so. And awaken, you have to, without any services, basically, you're on a 5 up, you repair one of your vehicles, remove a whole point and restore a whole point, and you get to restore weapon destroyed result. It's quite good. And awaken the machine spirit, which means you get to put what's it called? Blessing of the machine spirit on 1 vehicle instead of shooting. So instead of using your crappy las pistol, you can give a machine spirit to one of your vehicles. Very good. There is an argument to be made. We won't delve into a rule discussion here, but there's an argument to be made that you can use that rule to allow a Leman battle tank to fire its. If you put a basic Leman battle tank, you put heavy bolter sponsors on it, you could fire its 3 heavy bolters and then use Awaken the Machine Spirit and allow it to fire its battle cannon as well. There is a rule to be made there. Because the exact wording, well, not the exact wording, but the wording of Blessing of the Machine Spirit is you may fire 1 weapon at full blister skill in addition to what you would normally be allowed to fire. So normally you would not be, so how the argument is made is, I have fired my 3 heavy bolters. Normally I would not be at full ballistic skill. Normally I would not be allowed to fire my ordnance weapon because it would have made me be snap firing on my heavy bolters, and I fired those first. However, I am going to use Blessing, Awaken the Machine Spirit, and I am now going to fire one additional weapon at full ballistic skill, which happens to be that I would normally be allowed to shoot. Therefore, I am going to shoot my battle cannon, which normally I wouldn't be allowed to fire because it would, you can't. You normally wouldn't be allowed to fire it because it's ordnance, but you can using this. That's the argument. Anyway, we're not going to get into it. So what you've got is a 40-point. You're paying 40 points for a Space Marine Sergeant with a Power Fist and a Power Axe. You're saving yourself quite a lot of points there. Independent character, which means lookout server 2+. So far, the biggest point I made was you could use your tanks, obviously. You can use your boom tanks better. But how does this guy fit in a pure infantry army? Well, if you're taking a unit of how I used him, it was purely by accident. Is I took the Emperor's Fist Armored Company, where you take 5 Luminuses and you have to have a Techpriest tax. I took that and I just shoved him a blob of 30 conscripts because I had 30 conscripts with the army anyway. And the conscripts manned the Aegis defense line that I had. And what happened was suddenly my conscripts were leadership 8, which meant they were taking orders really well. And when it came to, the enemy was up in my grill, I counter-attacked with my conscripts. Now, normally I wouldn't do any damage, and normally my conscripts are going to die when they get attacked anyway. Anything that comes into, any sort of close combat unit that comes into contact with my conscripts kills them anyway. But what happened was, it was a unit of Death Company. The conscripts went in, didn't do any damage, obviously. Then the Techpriest just goes and just clobbers down the Death Company with a power sword. He had a jump pack and a power sword. And it was like, hang on, this Enginseer... Now, obviously, they all died and they got overrun and killed. But they'd done their job, which was slow the Death Company down. I think I got charged by Death Company, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't have counterattacked. So, he hit with one of his attacks, then he just power-axed the crap out of it, just killed him. And it was like, that Techpriest just earned his points back. The conscripts managed to kill a couple of the Death Company, 2 or 3 Death Company using first rank fire, second rank fire, thanks to his boosted leadership. Then, thanks to when the Death Company attacked, he was able to just kill one. And he easily made his points back. So, what role am I suggesting here? Well, I'm suggesting an alternative to the Power Axe Commissar here. In some ways, he's more survivable. He has a 2+ lookout sir. He has a 3+ save. He's almost as good as making your orders go off. He's better than a priest for making your orders go off. You can still go to ground behind your Aegis defense line. He has a role to play. Potentially. So I would say to all you guys out there, a lot of people have a Techpriest model sitting around. I've got 3 of the fuckers. I've got 3 Techpriests. It's an honourable mention. He's not the premier choice, but he's sort of halfway in between a priest and a commissar. And my argument would be is if you're going to be taking a bunch of conscripts and you're going to be putting an advisor with them, and you want those conscripts to be getting orders off every time, and you're going to give them a commissar anyway, and you're going to give that commissar a power weapon or a power fist, save yourself 10 points. Give them a Techpriest Enginseer instead. So instead of taking a commissar with power fist, which I like to do, I've got 2 commissars with power fist now. I've started getting into my commissars with power fist. Instead of doing that, give them a Techpriest. Save yourself 10 points. You're going to be getting orders off nearly as well. And your conscripts are going to die anyway. So you are squeezing every point. It's worth it. Potentially. So yeah, that's how they have a place. Another way you could use them is if you have to take, let's say you've taken a formation where you have to take one, or you just happen to love your Tech Priests. You could put them in if you've taken a unit of heavy weapon teams, you shouldn't really, but if you've taken a unit of heavy weapon teams, you can put a Tech Priest at the front, and then he can tank things on his 3-up armor save, maybe, and he'll give them a better leadership, +1 leadership, so they'll be accepting orders, about 16% more. And that's another way. Honourable mention to servitors very quickly. Servitors, you can take 5 they come with, they're 10 points each. You can take 5 in a squad. For every servitor that you have, it increases your repair roll by 1. So if you take 4 servitors and a tech priest, then you automatically pass your repair roll. So you don't really ever need more than 4. And the servitors come with a power fist. So essentially what you have there is you're paying 10 points for a power fist. And they come with a 4+ save. So a potential, and it sounds crazy, this is not competitive, this is a very laid back video. Potential very good guard counterattack unit. 3 tech priests in 3 years of servitors, they all charge in. You're getting 10 attacks. Power fist attacks, that's 30 power fist attacks. You could also put 3 priests in there in each squad, so you're getting 30 rerollable hit power fist attacks. That's a bit of a gimmick, but it could be very good. So there you go, the Techpriest Enginseer, not my go-to advisor, but I've recently had some success and he is definitely worth a look at. Thank you for watching.